So a little instructional video on what to look for on the Cayman SkiBike. First of all, let's go through the head position. These 4 screws here should be tight at all times, and these 2 here should be tight such that you must force it and it'll turn. This one is too tight. This should be tight enough such that you can force it by doing as such. Reason being, if you fall, you want this to turn so you don't hurt your upper body. And of course, adjust this up and down according to your position. So, suspension. First thing you do is you adjust this spring preload. What you want is just a small deflection of about 1/2 inch from no load to full load. No load, full load. Approximately 1/2 inch deflection. The next thing is rebound dampening. This controls how quick it comes up to avoid the pogo effect. So you give it a good shove and watch how quick it comes up. It comes up real fast. Minus, plus. I'm twisting it towards the minus. I'm going to twist it all the way until it stops on the minus. You never want to be in this position because the shock will lock itself down. And as I open this up, it comes up. So I'm going all the way to the lock. This has a dedent. You can feel it as you twist. Click. 1, 2, 3, 4. Test. A little slow coming up. 5, 6. A little faster coming up. 7. Right about there is what you're looking for. So that's set. So it avoids the bouncing. One more thing. There's a little Allen set screw. Make sure that remains tight so you don't lose this. While we're here on the front, when you first get your bike, after the first ride, every bolt you should put a wrench on, make sure it maintains itself tight. And then every season, always do that. Tight, tight, tight. This one tight. These 2 must move. As you can see, self-locking nuts, not too tight such that they don't move. Okay? This nut here, this one here, and this one here. This controls the angle of the ski. Right now it's set so they're both parallel. You can loosen this up and you can adjust the ski up. You only do that if you're constantly in deep powder situation. A few degrees up. Normal position is flat just like it is. Make sure this remains tight, 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 tight. Okay? About the ski. When you put these on, you tighten them. After the first run, always reach down, make sure it remains tight so it's seated. I'm going to flip it over and show you another important thing to look for without breaking anything. Come on down here and look up this way. Right here. So we're concentrating right here. See that? You want to tighten these 10 millimeters so there's hardly any wiggle in there, but you don't want to over tighten it such that you cannot get them off. Once again, we'll put a 10 millimeter on here and remove that slop.
Hey, Rod.
So just tighten them up, but don't over tighten it so you can't get them off.
Here's the coach that I got.
Okay.
It's gonna cost you.
All right. While we're here, no, I'm gonna flip it back over. The head assembly. Get a close up of this right here. This locks in wiggle that until that latch comes out over here. Keep this tight so it just barely moves as such. This comes off. When it's off, always put this back in this position, or it's going to get bent. Glenna, we're doing a video here. All right. So, right here, this. Make sure this maintains tightness. This is again after your first time and once a season. Up here, keep this tight, but don't over tighten it. This section right here is a little Teflon ring to keep it moving. If you over tighten this little Teflon will expand and make it difficult to go on there. You want to keep it just tight enough to maintain so it doesn't wobble. And grease. Keep a little grease on here. Open the bail. Get that in there. Wiggle it. There. So that comes all the way in. And take a good close look at this. Twist until it goes down, because it'll stay up. Twist, and it'll go down into position. There's down. Again, twist. It's up, back, and down. Now it's locked. Okay. The foot ski locking mechanism is you push together. This moves up. Slide it down, pull back, and it locks. Again, in, up, slide, lock. You want to keep them evenly spaced. There's an index mark here, so you can keep the foot near the center. How to install a foot ski. This is the hardest part of ski biking. Okay, relax. Nope, we have to come in a little bit. You want a good snap over the front. Here we go. Relax. Yeah, that's what we want. A nice firm snap. So under here. Is that okay? Alpine boots you should put underneath the first strap and then around. Reason being that one of the failure modes is when your foot gets caught behind you in deep snow, then this isn't wiped off by the snow. Here on the Cayman, you have two positions. You can see the lower hole and the upper hole is in position here. Depending on the height of the person, you adjust accordingly. While we're here on the seat, these two unlock and the seat slides back and forth. You want to be as far forward as you can so you maintain the perfect 40%, 60% of weight. But this is adjustable. Tighten this up, hand tight only. Hand tight only. There it goes. Okay? And again, on your yearly maintenance, make sure tight. Make sure that those remain tight. And the same thing on this shock. We're looking for a ½ an inch of deflection from no load to full load. No load to full load. We're looking for about a ½ an inch of compression. And you adjust it by tightening this way. Brings more spring or less spring to reach that ideal ½ an inch deflection. And again, minus is slower, plus is faster. You want it so it just comes up nice and slowly and doesn't kick you off. And remember, after your first run, always reach down, make sure this is seated, then you're good to go. Tight. And the same thing here. You want to keep these 10 millimeters tight so there's no wobble, but you can still get it off. And then standard maintenance on your skis, as you would any ski those edges sharp and waxed up for your ski biking pleasure.